This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm Steve Irvin with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. As the state braces for a second wave of COVID-19 cases, Governor DUCEY went on Twitter urging personal responsibility. The governor called on Arizonans to keep social gatherings small and observe the mitigation efforts that were put in place during the summer. Things like maintaining social distancing, limiting occupancy in businesses, and wearing a mask.
Do it for your mom and grandma. Do it for our frontline healthcare workers. Do it for our teachers.
Earlier today, the governor tweeting pictures of a meeting with Vice President Mike Pence. A different message from the state schools chief, who says more needs to be done to slow the spread of COVID-19 so schools can stay safe and stay open. Kathy HOFFMAN telling ABC15's Danielle Lerner she supports a statewide mask mandate, pausing and suspending school athletics, increased mitigation strategies in restaurants, and asking seasonal visitors to quarantine and undergo COVID testing.
I feel like I see the writing on the wall and the numbers are going in the wrong direction. Governor DUCEY has also said that the numbers are going in the wrong direction, and I heard him recently emphasizing the mask mandates as well. But I think that I've come to the point of we need to have stronger state action and clearer guidance.
HOFFMAN says she is meeting with the AIA on Wednesday to further talk about school sports. She says her team also meets weekly with Governor DUCEY's team to discuss these types of issues. You can catch more of the superintendent's interview later on ABC15.com. The University of Arizona reporting a 34% increase in COVID-19 testing as they try to get students tested before they head home for the holidays. The university administered more than 7,500 tests last week. Of those, 65 came back positive. After the Thanksgiving break, all university classes will transition to being fully online. Hospitalizations are up, and hospitals are preparing for an even bigger wave in the coming weeks. We spoke to the Chief Operations Officer for Honor Health. They tell us they have about 120 COVID-19 patients. In comparison, they had about 400 when cases were at their peak this summer. We're told Honor Health has a surge plan ready to go if they need it.
I think it's important to understand how large a burden this is to our frontline caregivers and the fear that they have balanced with the obligation that they feel to care for patients.
Honor Health also telling us they are receiving 2 or 3 patients every day transferred from hospitals all across the state. 11%, or about 470,000 people living in Maricopa County, have likely had COVID-19, even if they didn't know it. That number, the result of the county's SEROSURVEY, which randomly tested 260 participants back in September. The county working with the CDC and ASU to get a well-rounded sample that could represent the entire Metro Phoenix area. Happening now, the MESA City Council is meeting to consider a plan to raise utility rates, and this could affect everything from water and wastewater to gas and electric for some residents. Depending on what services you have, you could see your bills go up by as much as about $1 a month per service. Tonight, there's a public hearing with the final decision expected December 1st, and if passed, the changes would go into effect on the 1st of the year. During the pandemic, downtown Phoenix has lost nearly $250 million because of canceled or postponed events. A new report filed with the Phoenix City Council shows in the past 8 months, 186 Phoenix Convention Center events have not gone on as planned, leading to a loss of more than 160,000 visitors and $235 million in spending on food and hotels.
With your most accurate forecast, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. We are not done yet with the 90s. Even in mid-November, we hit 92 degrees today, making it the latest 90 ever recorded in the city of Phoenix, also breaking the previous record of 89 set back in 1999. And we may not be done by the 90s even for tomorrow, calling for a high of 90 degrees on Tuesday, but then cooler by the latter part of the week into the weekend, eventually in the upper 70s by Saturday. But tomorrow across State 48, still warm in the 60s up in the high country and along the rim, lower 70s there there in Show Low, 89 in Casa Grande, 90 in Tucson, along with Phoenix, and 89 in Yuma. And that planner showing those temperatures starting off in the lower 60s in the morning, climbing into the upper 60s by 9, 80s by noon, and there's our expected high of 90 degrees. But that 7-day forecast is showing dry conditions for a while and near and perhaps more record highs through at least potentially Thursday. And then by next weekend, those temperatures drop in the 70s for highs with overnight lows in the 50s beginning next weekend.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to ABC15.com or download the free ABC 15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.